once she's gone, then is it Bella next, or did you pull cece out?
I pulled cece out.
Okay, so once cece's gone, Bella's still there in the car alive, and then you pulled cece out. What'd you do with her? Okay. So she went into the tank, and Bella was still in the back of the truck alive. Okay. With regard to that tank, did you bring up cece, put her down, open the hatch?
Brought her up, opened the hatch.
And put her in? Okay. When we talked the very first time we met, when we were talking about this, it was a matter of just lowering her down. Okay, and so she went into feet first. Okay. Was she able to fit pretty well? Was it snug?
I think so.
Okay. Did you have to move her around a little bit and get her in there?
I think so.
Okay. All right.
But no, I didn't have to hit her
okay.
in my back.
It's not like you stomped her in.
No.
Okay. And then close the hatch?
Yes.
Okay. And then went down to Bella. Tell me what happened there.
She said, what happened to cece? Where she asked, it was the same thing, the exact same thing that happened to me as cece.
Did she ask you that? Okay. So Bella's pretty smart. How did she sound when she asked you that, Chris?
So that soft voice she always had.
What exactly did she say?
She said that it's the same thing that happened to me as cece. And I said, I don't remember what I said.
Okay.
I don't say if I just said yes, like a horrible person, or if I just put that blanket over her too and did the same thing.
Same blanket, same way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She said, no, Daddy. That's what she said.
Did she say no, Daddy, please, no, Daddy type thing? Did she say saying, don't do it?
She said, no, Daddy.
Okay. Same way, hand on neck, hand over mouth, or hand over blanket, which is over mouth. Okay. Did that take a couple minutes?
I like it.
Okay. Then what?
But just know she had a couple spots over her eye or something. Picked her up.
And we talked a little bit earlier today about it. You don't remember why a different tank? Okay. And there was no reason?
They're both the same tanks. They're just I don't know why I did.
Okay. There's one, I never got up there. Does one catwalk lead to both?
Oil can go into either tank.
Okay. But if you go up one set of ladders, does that eventually lead to both?
It's one catwalk.
Okay. Now, Bella was a little bit bigger. Was she harder to get in?
It felt like a little bit.
Okay. And so was it a matter of just kind of maneuvering her? Right. So then they're both in there. Is there any reason to think they were alive when they fell in? Okay. You're pretty sure? Okay. So once that's done, then what?
Go over to Shanann. Clear away some weeds. Dig a hole.
Okay. Did you have a shovel?
Yeah, we have a shovel, a rake, and a weed whacker as part of our tools.
With that rake, if I remember right, it was
part of it was sitting there because it was broken.
Oh, did it break as you were digging or something?
Not when I was breaking, when I was smoothing the ground over.
On this day, it broke when you were doing that? Okay. Was that after you were all done? And it seems as though maybe the first people that got there saw it. Was it stuck in the ground?
I guess it was not standing up, but it was laying down.
Oh, okay. Were you planning on coming back?
I don't know. I don't think so.
At this point then, this is just before then, in a couple of hours, you would make it back home to see Officer Conrad. Okay. And so once she's buried, then
that's when people start showing up, I believe.
Did you notice, was she cut or broken or bleeding in any way?
No. I know the bloodshot eyes you were talking about. I noticed that at that point.
Okay.
Other than that, no.
Had she partially given birth?
No.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember she had a shirt and pink blue underwear on.
Okay. That's it. And so at that point, she's okay. Thank you. I know that wasn't.
Can you tell us about obviously when the district attorney got up and talked about Bella's injuries and stuff.
I didn't want to hear about that.
Right. Can you tell us about that?
As far as like her biting her tongue?
And ripping her frenulum, which is that connective skin from your lip to your gum, it was gone. Her gums had it looked like a hole in them. And the pathologist said it was from her obviously struggling to get away.
I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
Could it be that that's what happened?
So I didn't put my hand over her like that. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, it would have been just downward pressure on this area.
I didn't see any of that one. Was it like her lip was like missing or something?
No, see this skin that connects there? That was ripped. It was gone. So it kind of made a hole in her gum.
I'm just thinking maybe it's maybe if her hand was not her head was twisting back and forth. Could that have done that?
Yeah.
I had a blanket. I don't know.
Did you feel her doing that thrashing? Or trying to get away?
I felt her head moving back and forth.
You did?
I didn't know that happened.
Could you tell if she was trying to yell or say anything? Or
only thing was Daddy no, and then some grunt here and there, and I could breathe.
mm-hmm.
During that time, do you remember getting the phone calls from Nicole Atkinson?
After, before she got to my house, or after?
Just any time during that morning?
I think I didn't get one until I saw her on my doorbell camera.
That was, 10 o'clock?
Yeah, that was right around there.
Okay. And so at that time, had everything been done out at Cervi 319?
Yeah, I was at a different site. It was at a pump.
So you went from there when it was all done. So girls are in the oil, shanann's in the ground, and maybe a little bit of cleanup. Was there any questions we had about the sheets or any garbage cans or garbage sacks?
No, I think you answered those already.
All right. So then you went from that site to another site to work?
Yeah, because at that Cervi 319, there was a little spill. That's what everybody shows up there, because that spill they were trying to figure out what happened.
Oh.
While you're on that subject, we back up. The night before, you had some text messaging about going out there. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, that was, I think, Friday that we had figured out there was a spill out there from it's an old site. It's set up a little different. So what had happened was there was a downcomer, and then there's a side comer going into those oil tanks, and one of the downcomers is tied into a back pressure line that split. And every time it was dumping oil, it was split underground, and the oil was coming up out of the ground. And we decided just to go out there on Monday, because it was Friday, and he had switched it out, or either he shut it in, or he switched lines, or he covered it up and see if it was going to come back or not.
Okay. And then more specifically, you text about how you would go out there and take care of it?
Yeah, I was going to take care of it for him, because I've gone out there plenty of times.
Okay.
So I used, when another guy was out there, as far as another foreman, he showed me around out there, it was a year or so ago, and I just got familiar with the place, and I just helped him out.
Okay. And so that was a genuine,
that
wasn't a pre-alibi.
Because there's a lot of people that said that you wouldn't normally do that.
I normally help somebody?
No, a field to your position, not you specifically, but your position doesn't do that kind of stuff.
Well, that's the thing. When I was a rover and to a field coordinator, I still tried to do everything I used to do.
Okay.
So that's still I wasn't good at delegating stuff. I just used to doing stuff on my own, or just taking care of it for somebody else.
Right.
I wasn't good at the whole hey, you go do this, you go do that, while I sit over here.
Well, you see what it looks like to
I
us,
know.
you know?
It's like,
When they came up, we're
I know.
like making plans to be out there, that day.
I know.
But that's not what it was. That
I
was natural.
No.
Okay.
I was going to help them.
So how long were you there? What time do you think you were done with the girls?
So, I mean, I think everybody started showing up there by around 7:45, 8 o'clock.
Okay. And then you were there. You just went to a different site?
Yeah, it's like I think we'll get it at 10:29 or the 6:29 or something like that.
And so how long were you at that site?
The rest of the day until I got called away.
So then you were there for at least a couple hours until you heard Nicole Atkinson on the doorbell.
Yep.
And then I think there was even more time after that until you started coming home.
Yep.
And you got home at 2 something?
No, it's closer to 1:30 around there.
So somewhere around, 9 o'clock-ish, all the way till 12:30 or 12 or 1 or something, and then came home.
Yep.
Okay. There was a lot to do about coming home and listening to that Metallica song. Have you heard about that?
I've heard of a Metallica song that people have been, someone sent me lyrics to it called Battery.
Do you remember doing that?
That was Nikki Kessinger. She liked the song, or she just wanted to know what it meant.
Oh.
So that's why
you looked it up.
I just kind of looked at I didn't have the CD with me, so I just kind of looked at the words.
And was that on the way home? Oh, that was just a different time?
That was a different time.
Okay, and so the media probably got a hold of
coincidence
that.
because it says Battery.
Right, okay.
But it's like, it's more about like a family coinciding as a battery.
Okay.
Not like, hitting somebody.
Yeah.
Why did Nikki want to know what it meant? How did that come
I
up?
don't know. It was kind of strange. I mean, she's very into different types of music, and I mean, music I never really thought I'd ever listen to. And like, she got me into a few things there as far as music was, but like, Battery was something that she asked me because I knew Metallica pretty well. She just wanted to know, like, hey, what's this lyrics mean? And I just sit down, I just looked it up just to look at all the words together and just put it in my head again, and just make something out of nothing. That's why it was strange. I got those lyrics in a letter.
Oh, so now does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah, someone sent me the lyrics to it.
Yeah.
I think that guy from California.
Oh, the kid?
Yeah.
The senior?
With regards to then when you get home, you and the officers, saw what they saw. You mentioned that you took the ring off her finger.